Hey, everybody, welcome back for day 43 of 100 Days of Halloween. How are you? Yes, we are on day 43, and I'm going to give you a real quick rundown of what we are doing for 100 Days of Halloween. Um, my friend Ranee over at the Woolly Llama Shop had been discussing with several of us on a live that she was wanting to do a Halloween or fall themed blanket for the 100 Days of Halloween. And rather than do a large blanket undertaking all at once that was growing, because it is so hot in the South, her brilliant idea was to do for the 100 Days of Halloween a square a day, 6 inch by 6 inch, with a motif or fall or Halloween, summerween theme granny square. And then we could start joining them as we could and build this 100 Days of Halloween blanket. So, saying you're doing 100 Days of Halloween in a square day ish, your blanket's going to be about 100 by 100. I'm 100, 60 by 60 because it'll be 10 squares across, 10 up and down. Rainy's doing hers a little different. She has decided because as it turns out, her blanket has become the blanket that spiders built. And if you don't know what that means, you need to go check her out. Yeah, her blanket has taken on a new life of its own, and all because of the spiders. So yes, so I am doing the square day, 6 inch by 6 inch, and joining them in a C2C fashion. So I only have an end at the bottom and an end at the end of the row, and it's a lot less ends to weave in. So, doing those squares, the squares either have a central point that the squares start off as, or we're adding appliques or Halloween colors ish, or fall colors, etc. We do have some other yarny sisters and friends that have joined in. Nova over at Nova Gnome Creations. She is not making a blanket, not dropping a video a day. She is doing like a weekly update, and she is making wearables for her and some littles that are near and dear to her in her life. And I can't wait to see those when they're done. And then another yarny sis and friend, Patricia, over at the Yarny Cat Crochet, she has already completed her fall themed project, and she did an accessory. So she will be linked in the description box. Go check her out and see what she made. It is awesome and gave me inspiration for another future project. Yeah, she is an enabler. So, and then we have some of you Yarny peeps who have reached out and said you are joining. I still haven't seen any pictures. I'm not sure if you guys are making blankets or accessories, pillows. But when you guys do what you are going to make, we would love to see it, even if it's not finished. We would like to see your progress. So yeah. So a square a day. We have completed 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 31 through 40, and we are now working on 41 through 50. So once we get this batch of 10 done, we're going to be halfway already. I cannot believe it's flying by that fast. And I've already started joining as I'm getting enough to do another row to add on. Right now, we are halted on that because I'm waiting for enough squares. After we get another batch of 10, I should be able to add another row. I'm not sure, I have to count. So we already have 8 going across and 8 up and down, and then yeah. So our next one I think will be 9. Yeah. Um, but I'm kind of losing track. I went off on a tangent there. I have been doing a lot of freehanding. Rainey, on the other hand, is more structured. She had searched the interwebs at length, compiled a very extensive list for different kinds of blocks, appliques, things like that. And she is drawing at random out of her Jinx Jack-o'-lantern of joy and providing you with a new free square or applique every day. And I, on the other hand, I'm doing more the creative inspiration aspect, throwing caution to the wind, and whatever the winds take me that day is what we do for that square. However, a little over a week ago, because I had so many blank squares ready, I had to start, I decided I was going to start drawing them at random. That way we could start using them because I have enough squares to complete the blanket. A lot of them just need some love, meaning an applique or whatever. Rainey's providing you with free patterns every day, so go check her out. I, on the other hand, I'm whatever creative flow strikes me that day is what I decide to do. If it's not free-handed, I am including the information for either the applique or the block um, in the description box. And I'm keeping the running total of tens. And then once we start a new batch of 10, we start all over. And every time we finish a group of 10, I am doing a video short. I have that recorded. I just need to get it uploaded for the last batch of 10, 31 through 40. Yes, I will do that later this afternoon. Um, and yeah, so we already have 3 out video shorts to do a little recap of all 10 that we did for that group before they get added into the blanket. And now we are working on the 4th set of 10. So without further ado, let's see what we've got in this group. So, real quick recap for day 41, we had drawn at random this spiral, which was from uh, the crochet along for the Sirdar Halloween blanket. And I had been practicing because I was waiting on my kid to get here, which showed up extremely late because it kept getting delayed. And so I have yet to start it. And that's okay because I'm having fun with this Halloween blanket. That one can wait till another time. No rush, no hurry. I can do it whenever, right? So we decided to leave this blank so we wouldn't cover up any of the design, and I really like it. So there we go with that. That was day 41. Then at random, we drew for day 42 another orange square, and it was a very bright, deep orange. And you guys have been guessing in the comment section what I'm going to be putting on the following day square that we drew at random. And there was one guess that kept popping up over and over and over again, and it kind of got stuck in my head. And I kind of scrolled through the internet. I couldn't find any free patterns for this particular motif. And so I decided I was going to freehand yet again. And Nova's already reached out to me and said that perhaps if at some point later in the future, I'm going to write any of these patterns up, that she thought this one would be a good one for me to do. And we will have to see about that. I know I don't have time to now because when I kind of get in the flow, I don't write anything down. I just go with it until I get it the way I want it to look. So we may have to figure some of these out later. I don't know yet. So we ended up putting the haunted house on it because so many people had been wanting a haunted house. And I put the little full moon with some bats flying. And then after I got it all put together and I was looking, I was like, it kind of looks like he's got a little smirky grin on my moon with those bats on there. So I thought that was super cute. And then, of course, because it's a haunted, spooky house, you got to have a ghosty coming out. So there was day 42. Then on day 43, we drew one of the squares at random that not from the brights, the Red Heart Super Saver brights, because y'all know I made a bunch of these with one of the skeins, and I'm using these to actually join on my squares because it kind of goes with a lot of the colors I'm using, and it's turning out so cool. So, but I had also made up a few squares. I think it was like just a few, maybe a couple. I don't know. I don't remember, because I wanted to see how the Red Heart Super Saver in the, I think it's called Stripes Neon, had worked up. And this was the one we drew out. Well, I kind of played around with it last night before I had started having some visual issues. And no matter what square applique, because I do have a few little applique bits and bobs already made up in advance just in case. It was kind of taking away from all the colors. So I decided I was going to leave this one blank because I love all the colors and I just wanted to go with it. So there was that for day 43. And I forgot to see what you guys guessed. Where's my brain? I keep doing this, you guys. Oh my goodness. Uh, well, let's find it. Um, videos. Let's see. What did you guys say? You guys loved the haunted house on day 42. That was from Ranee at the Woolly Llama Shop. She said, the square that I drew is very interesting. I see a pink sunset in the center. So maybe the kitty sitting on a tree branch like I did a ways back. I had thought about that, a kitty of some sort, but there was so many darks that it was kind of taking away and it was kind of burying the applique. So I decided, yeah, to leave it. Karen said the haunted house is adorable. Love it. The blanket is so cute. Debbie Van Rensburg, awesome haunted house. Would leave it blank as it is quite busy. And I agree, Debbie. And that was why I chose. And I played around with quite a few, and it was so busy, and with the colors varying so much, it was kind of bearing whatever applique, and it would just take away from it. Donna said, love the haunted house. I will say this one blanket is pretty busy on its own. Yes. Patricia at Yarny Cat. She loves the haunted house. She could never have imagined that. It's so good. Thank you. Diane Major. She said she loves it. The haunted house from yesterday. And she's fallen behind. Really took the wind out of her sails. She got a bag kit last Halloween. Never even did. And she said she'll start a few appliques at least and put them on black squares that she's already started. And she said, let's not even mention the Sirdar kit and Wibbles kit. Girl, I feel you. I've got the Sirdar kit. It's not even open. I haven't even opened it because it came so late because it kept getting delayed. I feel you, girl. We'll just have to do it at a later date. You let me know when you want to do it when we've got some downtime. Doesn't have to be done this Halloween, right? Because we know we're not going to get it done. Um, and she says she sees some gingerbread house from the dishcloth. Kind of. I took a little inspiration and I remembered the windows from a year of dishcloths when we did last winters. There was a gingerbread house and the little circle window up top that I had put on the upstairs right there. So, yeah. And let's see, Nova, what did you have to say? She's been waiting for a haunted house. It's amazing, definitely worthy of a pattern write up if you end up doing some. And then she said, hee hee hee. And for the square, she said, I think a small Pac Man ghost in the middle of this one would be fun. And Sam at Memphis Makes, love the haunted house. And how about just a mouth with vampire fangs? Cool idea. And as I stated before, and I will be writing these down as well. Um, because I think on some of these blank squares that we're drawing, I'm going to, and granted, I do have some applique bits and bobs made up, but like I told you guys, I've been writing some of these down on a notebook paper. Well, last night I started writing them down on little pieces, and I have been putting them in a container that has been living on a shelf in our living room because for the last 2 or 3 Halloweens, every time I put fallen Halloween decorations away, I forget about this container and I don't know why. So it's been living in the living room for like 2 or 3 years, and it says spells and curses. I got it at like, and it's metal. I got it at like Dollar General several years ago, and it was like $5, which was a really good deal because it is metal. And so I decided, because there's never been anything in it, it just sits there for fall and Halloween decorations. And like I said, I keep forgetting to put it away. So, what I'm going to do, because I've been writing them down, whenever we draw out a blank square, if it's a color that I don't have something in mind, I think I'm going to start drawing out some of your guys' ideas, and that way I can implement you guys into my blanket as well. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let me get a drink here. And yes, I have pumpkin spice. We are going to draw out our random square for tomorrow's square and see what we get. What do you guys think? Hopefully it won't be orange, because we keep getting orange and we keep getting purple. So hopefully it'll be something different. Ooh, this is not one we've had. I don't think we've had. We've used it once. And several of these colors, I did like two of each, except for like purples and oranges and all that. There was like different shades. It is a sparkly fuchsia, like hot pink. I don't know if you can tell very well. Nope, that just made it worse. Yeah, and it's sparkly. So, do you guys think we should draw something at random and see what we come up with? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, we've got hot pink fuchsia, sparkly. Let's draw something out of the spells and curses. Ooh. And let's mix them all up, because there's quite a few. And did I drop one? No. Okay, I think we have one. And hopefully it's not one we've already done. So, and on whatever these suggestions are, I have also put you guys' names on them if it's something you suggested. So I know who suggested it. So, ooh. So what was drawn is Mummy right here, and my Uncle Lyndon and Nessa over at Infinitely Zero have guessed a mummy. So that's what we drew at random. So, mummy, hot pink fuchsia. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. So, yeah. Um, so I guess come back for tomorrow and see what that square turned out to look like, to see if it worked out and how we did it. And yeah, right now I have no clue. So we will be figuring something out later. Um, yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So, um, and also I have to let you guys know, um, I was a little bit perplexed. I had to run an errand this morning, because you guys know I have been feeding this mob of baby kittens that this um, desperate mama brought to us a couple weeks ago, because she was running out of milk and needed help feeding them. And I was running out of kitten food, and because they have pretty much transitioned to hard. And I've also been feeding the mama kitten food because it's good for her, because she was still nursing and she had lost a lot of weight and stuff, because of this brood of kittens. And when I came back, I knew I had a package coming. It was coming from overseas. It was ordered um well before all of the tariffs and duties and all of those changes and everything. And so it took a while, and it finally came today. And when I got to my porch, this is what I found. Yeah. Um, I don't know if customs did that, but it was sitting on my porch like this, which really kind of upset me because a while back when Hobie put out that they were going to be doing holiday advent calendars, they were going to be doing a crochet advent calendar, a knitting advent calendar, and then this year they were actually adding an amigurumi advent calendar. And the advent calendar was brand new characters that were specifically created for this Christmas advent, um, by Peekapow. And I have not done Peekapow patterns yet. I've heard good things about them. Sam over at Memphis Makes is always showing the Peekapow books that she's gotten. I still have not gotten any. I always forget to look for them when I go in to peruse new books and stuff. And so when I saw this, I was like, would customs really, really do that? Probably. Um, so we're going to actually open the box because I, for one, want to make sure nothing's damaged and that I know there's supposed to be 4 bags. I think it's 4 bags. Um, Sorry guys, I'm looking for a pair of scissors. Um, I want to say it's 4 bags because I think it's 4 projects. I want to make sure they're all in here. Yeah, I was kindly upset. We're not going to open the bags to show them, but and that's not even attached. If they wanted to look in the box, they could have just redid the tape. Because that obviously looks like they ripped it open. They just went and ripped it open to check. So, happy cozy yarn filled Christmas from Hobie. And there's some stickers, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. And they're pretty big. And I'm gonna slide these down. We're not gonna look at anything. Whoa. But it looks like all 4 bags are in here. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know there are some content creators that have already opened theirs and showed them, and when those videos have popped up on my feed for suggested videos, I'm just skimming by them because I didn't want to look and spoil my own surprise. So I just wanted to make sure that that box had in it what was supposed to be in it. And we will take a look at it later. And I know Sam from Memphis Makes, she also got the amigurumi advent kit as well. After I decided to get this one through Hobie because I trusted it and I know Pika Power some really cute patterns. And after that whole amigurumi advent fail that I had got last year, and it was a hot mess and nothing by following the patterns was looking like the pictures, really, the majority of them. So we never even finished it because yeah, it was going to be a waste of yarn and a waste of time. But I knew this one would be a good one, and each bag correlates with a certain day, and they will email you the pattern because you don't even get the patterns in here. It's each bag has it's labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, and each bag will be a certain character, and you don't get the information to what that surprise character is until they email it to you for that week. So you can look at all the stuff, but you don't know what you're going to be making really, as far as I know, because I haven't opened the bags. Um, we will do that another day, and I think Sam is planning to do a look on hers as well, and I didn't know anybody else that I know was going to be getting it. So, but I really wanted to. You guys know I love Amis, and I thought it would be super fun and super cute. And that would give me some delving into Pika before I even get the books. So I know that wasn't Halloween related, but I really wanted to get that box open and make sure that nothing was damaged or yeah. And I'm kind of sad now because I know it will be a lot more expensive to get anything from Hobie. I love Hobie um over in Denmark and yeah. Um I don't know what we're going to do. That's a conversation for another time, another place. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I know Sam is as well. Maybe her and I need to do some chit chat regarding those and bounce around some ideas and see what we think of the Ami Advent. We'll be talking, Sam. I don't know if you've opened yours and taken a sneaky peek yet or not. I haven't. I just wanted to make sure it was all secure and not damaged. I'm hoping it's not damaged. From the looks of it, it's not. They just ripped my box open, I guess, to check for contraband. I have no idea. Because on the label it clearly states Amigurumi Advent. I think it says, yeah, Amigurumi Advent calendar from Pika Pau. So yeah, so I guess with that, I've yammered long enough. Come back tomorrow for a day 44 for the reveal of the hot pink fuchsia sparkly square with apparently a mummy. So and we'll draw another square. So, with that, guys, I love you bunches. Happy day 43 of 100 days of Halloween, and we will talk tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye for now.